The focus stayed firmly on Coronation Street character Gary Windass, played by Mikey North, during tonight's episode as the investigation into Theo Silverton's murder carried on. After DS Lisa Connor Swain, portrayed by Vicky Myers, informed Todd Grimshaw about Theo's death, she quickly turned her attention towards George Shuttleworth as a possible suspect. Lisa became doubtful about George's actions after discovering one of his shirts stained with Theo's blood. Her suspicions deepened further when George failed to initially mention the walk he had taken on the night Theo was killed, making her think he could be concealing additional information. George was eventually released because the police lacked enough proof to support the claim that he was responsible for the murder. Following this, Lisa and Kit Green, played by Jacob Roberts, brought Gary in for questioning. During the interrogation, detectives pressed Gary about his whereabouts on the night Theo died, especially since the pair were once close friends. They also noted Gary's struggle to control his anger after discovering Theo had mistreated Todd. Gary explained to police that the CCTV recordings from the builder's yard automatically erase after 7 days, preventing Lisa and Kit from viewing footage that could have been crucial to the investigation. However, the truth was that Gary had personally deleted the recordings because the cameras had captured him vandalizing Theo's van. Gary was later freed after Maria Connor, played by Samia Longchambon, provided him with an alibi. Although Gary believed suspicion had shifted away from him, the episode hinted he could soon become a major person of interest again after a photograph showed him walking alone along the cobbles on the same night Theo died. Elsewhere in the episode, Todd battled conflicting emotions in the aftermath of Theo's death. While speaking with Sarah Platt, portrayed by Tina O'Brien, and later Theo's former partner Danielle, played by Natalie Anderson, Todd admitted that his feelings constantly changed between grief and relief. Todd confessed he no longer understood his own emotions, and the pressure only intensified because Lisa and Kit continued keeping a close eye on him. Later, Todd confronted Gary directly, hoping to uncover the truth for himself, and bluntly asked whether he had killed Theo. Gary denied any involvement, though Todd remained uneasy because the pair had earlier agreed to try and frighten Theo away. Gary insisted that damaging Theo's van was the only thing he had done, but Todd still questioned whether he was being truthful. Gary then pointed out that on their street, people are very good at keeping secrets, suggesting Todd himself could be hiding something far darker. Coronation Street favorite Leanne Battersby, played by Jane Danson, has endured plenty of heartbreak over the years after being a regular presence on the famous cobbles since 1997. Despite her difficult romantic history, things may finally be about to improve for Leanne as a brand new love interest has been revealed for the long-standing character. Executive producer Kate Brooks confirmed that a newcomer named Idris will soon arrive in Weatherfield, and he also happens to be related to Alia Nazir, portrayed by Sair Khan. Kate described Idris as an incredibly charismatic man whose confidence and charm naturally attract attention wherever he goes. She explained that he is a clever businessman with a slightly ruthless side and isn't afraid to get involved in questionable situations if necessary, though he can effortlessly win people over with his personality. Leanne has often been vulnerable to charming men in the past, most notably when she became entangled with manipulative cult leader Rowan. Her involvement with the Institute ultimately destroyed her relationship with childhood partner Nick Tilsley, played by Ben Price, after he betrayed her by having an affair with her sister Toya Battersby, portrayed by Georgia Taylor. Nick and Leanne shared a complicated romance that lasted many years, with the pair repeatedly reuniting and separating, and even spending part of that time as husband and wife. Outside of her turbulent relationship with Nick, Leanne has also been romantically linked with Peter Barlow, Jamie Baldwin, and Steve McDonald, played by Simon Gregson, among others. Now it appears Idris could become the latest man to capture Leanne's attention. Kate revealed that there is an immediate spark between them, giving Leanne renewed excitement and happiness in her life. She added that Leanne has continued to carry bitterness towards both Nick and Toya because they ended up living the future she once imagined for herself. Idris, however, arrives with confidence, humor, and charm, making her laugh and helping her rediscover joy again. Kate also hinted that while Idris is attractive and entertaining, he is far from harmless. According to her, he stirs up trouble, possesses a hard edge, and refuses to let people walk over him. Whether Idris will finally become the lasting partner Leanne has been searching for, or whether the romance will collapse in heartbreak once again, remains to be seen. Coronation Street viewers believe they may have uncovered the truth behind Theo Silverton's murder after dramatic scenes aired during Friday night's episode of the long-running ITV serial. Fans of the soap are now convinced they know who is responsible for killing Theo Silverton, the scaffolder portrayed by James Cartwright, whose body was discovered during the program's heavily promoted murder storyline. When Theo first arrived in Weatherfield, he was married to Danielle Silverton, played by Natalie Anderson. However, he soon embarked on an affair with Todd Grimshaw, and after separating from Danielle, the pair officially became a couple before their relationship rapidly deteriorated. Over the course of nearly a year, Theo subjected Todd to disturbing emotional and physical abuse, while also being linked to the death of Todd's close friend Billy, portrayed by Daniel Brocklebank during the crossover storyline with Emmerdale. Still struggling to process Theo's death, Todd was shocked during Friday's episode when Danielle unexpectedly arrived at his flat while the murder investigation continued. During their tense conversation, she opened up about her troubled history with Theo. Todd insisted that the police had already questioned him and maintained he had no involvement in Theo's death. Danielle, however, refused to accept his explanation and argued that Theo might still be alive if he had never met Todd, adding that her children would still have their father. She even suggested Todd may have decided killing Theo was easier than continuing the relationship. As the discussion became more emotional, Danielle reflected on her past with Theo and admitted she had started re-evaluating the kind of person he truly was since his death. She confessed that this led her to wonder whether Todd might have finally snapped and killed him. Danielle described Theo as a caring father when their children were younger, but also acknowledged that he had a volatile temper and a controlling personality. She admitted they frequently argued intensely throughout their marriage. When Todd claimed he had willingly handed Theo control within their relationship, Danielle disagreed and explained that Theo naturally took power over situations. She said he made nearly every important decision in their lives, including where they lived and how they raised their children, and revealed that she often backed down during arguments because she was secretly frightened of him. Although Danielle stressed that Theo never physically harmed her or the children, she admitted she had always recognized his manipulative and controlling behavior, even if she did not want to see him as a bad person. Danielle currently remains one of the official suspects in Theo's murder investigation, alongside Todd, George Shuttleworth, Summer Spellman, and Gary Windass, after the soap's producers confirmed the list of suspects earlier this week. Following Danielle's sudden appearance in the episode, many viewers became convinced she may actually be the killer. Several fans shared their suspicions on social media, with some pointing out that Danielle immediately questioned Todd in a way that seemed defensive or misleading. One viewer commented that Danielle's behavior during the confrontation at Todd's flat appeared suspicious, making them believe she could have been trying to shift blame away from herself. Coronation Street airs every weekday at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available for streaming from 7 a.m. on ITVX.